Hello, beautiful people. So I'm feeling inspired just to post about being just who you are and being unapologetic in showing up in a way that is just real, just you. And I'm just feeling so deeply filled with gratitude to particularly the women in my life and those women who show themselves to be real and authentic and just willing to hold each other and show up for each other and get enthusiastic together. And that's certainly the tribe that I seem to have formed. It's so true that when you are just unapologetically real, your people come. Like so many people have dropped away from my life, and so many new people have come in. And, it's been not just for me, but for so many people I know, it's been quite a painful process these last couple of years because we locked ourselves down, we shut ourselves in, we revisited our lives. So many of us have reinvented ourselves in many ways. But I think what's really happened is that we've really taken stock of what our real values are and what we really want in our lives, and coming out to share that with each other unapologetically brings so many gifts, so many gifts. And part of my gift has been these women. And it's quite new for me. I never really had particularly groups of women. Some of you may know I came from a corporate background and I was in the investment banking world for many, many years. That was my career. And that was a very masculine energy. That was a really male-driven environment. It was competitive. It was pushing. It was unnatural to me. To be honest, at the time it served its purpose and it was a necessary experience, but it wasn't truly who I am. And I'm blessed because I took those skills that I learned and I've brought them now into my business now within much more of a balance. So now I have a balance of knowing when I can get into the masculine and push, and then also knowing when to take a step back and receive, which is a huge one, is knowing when to receive and also to keep grounded, you know. And a lot of my practice is around ritual and ceremony. And every morning and every evening, I have a process. I have a process of coming into my body, of giving thanks, of raising my vibration and recognizing where there are blocks, where there are areas that I need to love and nurture myself and go into that feminine energy to mother myself, because I didn't have that as a child. Many of us went through chaos or overwhelm, or we've had a tricky time basically, and that has shaped us. Like the trauma, I've recognized the trauma that I went through as a child has shaped me now. There's so many gifts in that. And so that's what I bring into my business now. And the women that I'm working with, I will post a link to the latest thing that I'm all over at the moment, which is this amazing program which is about to be launched. And we have a free 5-day challenge that I'll post the link for. And just there's so much soul food to be taken from even just this free 5 days, So we have Angela, who I just adore. She's like my big sister, and She's a life coach, transformational productivity life coach, and she's really, man, I'm like, I've been working with her for a year, and like she's been inspiring me. I've had her on a pedestal because she's been like my life coach, as well as she's more than a client. She's, like I say, she's a big sister, and she's the most amazing productivity coach. Like, this woman is on fire. She runs a home, she runs a family, she runs a business. She manages to only work a few hours a week and still rocking this amazing business. She's phenomenal. And so I've really, really been inspired by you, Angela. And Mina is a hypnotherapist who I work with, who is just on fire. Like, this woman can channel the most incredible affirmations. And I've been listening to Mina every night before I sleep for the last few months now. From the last program that we were running together, and the shifts that I have experienced from these hypnotherapy sessions, I didn't even really know it was a thing. I'm deep into my meditation, as you know, but to really have these affirmations to form the new neural pathways is like next level. So working with Angela and working with Mina is just game changing. And then also now I've met Rachel, who is a human design genius, and she has this way of like analyzing your human design and then looking at your business and kind of saying, well, you know, this is who you are. This is the type that you are. So I'm a manifesting generator. So it's important for me that I have something in my environment to respond to. And I'm there procrastinating, putting stuff off, thinking, well, it's not a fear thing for me. It's not that. But what is it? And then Rachel comes along and she's like, oh, well, you know, you have this sacral authority as a manifesting generator. So that means that you need to have something in front of you to respond to. And I'm like, Jesus, no wonder I was so miserable all through the winter when I shut myself away and thought I needed isolation. I had nothing to respond to apart from myself. So when I do that, then I realize now that kind of tips me into isolation. And then that's when the depression hits a little bit. Like, the isolation is like, I'm like, oh, people leave me alone. I've had enough because I didn't set my boundaries there. And then I shut myself away for too long. And I go, oh, no one cares. And so again, it's finding that balance. And these women, this is one circle of women who have really helped me find that balance and helped me to find this space to respond within. So that's what I'm all over right now, is encouraging other women to respond. Or I'm certainly responding to you. And yeah, so I just wanted to really share that because I hadn't come on and actually spoken about what I'm doing. I think the last little live thing that I did was about my getting lost journey, and I've got lost a number of times since then and found my way again and got lost again and found my way again. And isn't that life? Isn't that life? I mean, it's not like, you know, we go through these programs and we do all of these meditations in these circles and ceremonies and then suddenly, boom, I'm enlightened. No, we're human beings, and particularly as women, we're cyclical. We go through these cycles, and it's important that we recognize that. It's essential that we recognize that, in fact. And a lot of this work with the women that I'm doing is all about that, is recognizing your cycle, where you're at in your cycle, and knowing, and just trusting that knowing. So it's not even really a set message or a call to action, really, this little rant, but I just wanted to just get my face on and say hello and share what I'm doing, basically, because I'm fired up. I'm really fired up with this, you know, create your life. I keep saying it, and it's so true, because I've looked at people for years and thought, oh, digital nomads, aren't they great? Look at what they're doing. I want to be like that. And now I'm literally working from my laptop and my phone wherever I want. And now I'm on this Greek island, like literally winging it. I'm still winging it. Like I book a week's accommodation at a time and then just kind of decide where I want to go next. And I'm doing that out of faith, pure faith, and knowing and following my intuition that this feels good, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to stay here. If this is something that I need to respond to, and it's an instant yes, let's do it. If this is something that I need to respond to, and I'm a little bit okay, let's wait. Let's wait, and that takes some patience, man, and that's a lifelong lesson as well. So anyway, that's probably long enough of a ramble. I'd love to see you. I'd love to see some of you guys on this free 5-day challenge. There's no pressure to sign up for anything afterwards, and this is a program that is evolving with us anyway. We're so excited. We're in constant contact, and it's beautiful. And just from the buzz of the team alone and the existing group that we've got running now, it's just magic. So it's more about building the community and getting some awareness out here, and there's so many of us doing it, but we all do it in our own unique way, me and the girls, we each bring our own total unique flavor to what we're doing, and this kind of creates this sort of safe, gorgeous, joyful environment that is just buzzy, and yeah, I'm jazzed up for it for sure. So I love you all. Thank you for listening to my little ramble. That's where I'm at. And I look forward to seeing some of you when I return to the UK. And I'm sure I will see some of you online soon. Lots of love. Ciao for now.